Hello, everyone. Mary Esther Gilbert here. Today, I'd like to discuss how the world is pretty chaotic, as everyone knows, at the moment, at the current time. And it's, an unprecedented time in human history. And we're hearing all sorts of buzz all over the place about this. And there's some overwhelming amount of news coming to us, isn't there? And we don't know what to believe. We have psyops, CGI in the media, and we have, politics galore, going crazy. But I find that human beings are awakening to our greater potential. And the way I have discovered this, of course, it's manifesting in many different ways, but the way I've discovered this in the last 40 years, I've seen the pattern. I've seen the momentum build in my fellow human beings and in my clients, my students, my audiences. And it is this: when you provide the body with the absolute healthiest possible foods, and that's not abundant out there right now. We have to rely on our dear organic farmers and our permaculture farmers producing foods that are higher in nutrient density than other foods are that are grown the traditional monoculture commercial methods. So people are learning that now it's important to eliminate anything that is toxic and damaging to our genetic code in our DNA within every one of our trillions of cells. Over the decades, I have realized that there have been many negative, opposing forces out in the corporate world, out in the world, working against humanity. All the research that I've been doing in the last, maybe 3, 4, 5 years or more has become more intense in the area of realizing that we are constantly being stifled in our higher human potential, in our growth and development as a species, and our ascension. So right now my mind is going a mile a minute because I'm summarizing years of gathering data and research and trying to make sense out of everything. But basically, I've learned to pay attention to my intuition as much as my ability to dive into scientific literature and pull out scientific facts, and looking at peer-reviewed studies that I've reviewed for many years now in writing my books and teachings. So humanity is on the cusp of growth and awakening in many, many ways, in ways that many of us don't even realize yet. I've got a glimmer of it, as do many other people out there seeking this kind of truth. And we have some really amazing people out there putting out the truths, resonating with what rings true deep within. And this isn't woo-woo stuff. This is millions of years in the making, thousands of years in the making in recent times, hundreds of years in the making, and even more recently in the last 40, 50 years, maybe even 60 years, where humanity is starting to realize the stifling effect of so many things that have been keeping humanity down, human beings down. So in my work, though, in teaching my clients all about how to nourish your trillions of cells so that they function optimally, so that at the micro level, they're functioning correctly, so that the macro level is functioning correctly. And when I've received clients over the last 40 years, they came to me with every conceivable health problem you can think of, A to Z. And since I was compelled to dive into the scientific literature concerning nutrient factors that keep us alive and well and help our cells replicate properly and preserve our genetic codes in our DNA so that we are perpetually regenerating optimally functioning cells in our bodies, so that at the macro level we have the either symptoms if the cells aren't replicating properly and they're damaged and they are nutrient deficient and therefore malfunctioning at that micro level, all the way to the macro level where they manifest into, optimal health or the disease process and everything in between. So I have found in my research and in all of my, master's and 2 bachelor's degrees in holistic and nutrition science, all of that has come together so that I could produce nutritional protocols for clients. And so the results have been phenomenal over the years. And as time went on, I became more and more confident in the fact that the indigenous thousands of years of healing that's been done with the plant kingdom and applying those botanical medicines to the human body over time, there's been, of course, millions of incidences, if you can imagine, of human beings being healed through what they call alternative medicines now, or have been called that. I never believed they were alternatives. They were the fundamental basics, original, healthcare system. So through the years, I was able to match the results of my clients with what I found in the scientific literature. And there are literally thousands of scientific journals that have produced even many more thousands of peer-reviewed studies on just about every botanical that you can think of, which is why I eventually compiled a tome or a reference source, 531 pages worth of botanicals and all of the scientific research that support the fact that they have many, many health benefits. And in the science, I was very impressed with how, thousands of studies that have been performed on these botanicals and what they discovered. So, just being on a peer-reviewed panel with all of these PhDs and top scientists and all these other highly qualified individuals to gather all the scientific data and report only the most credible scientific research that's been done on these botanicals. The result is pretty much irrefutable evidence that matches the indigenous healer. So merging those 2 disciplines together is what I've used to help my clients improve their health, transform their health, really. So I even developed my own food choice system, the nutritional synergy system, and I would put together the basics about eating right for my clients, and I would provide them with this client handbook originally. But as the years went by and the more research I did and the more I learned about what happens, at the microcell level when you provide the body with the right biologically correct nutrients, that's when I realized I had to produce a book to help the masses understand the correct way to care for their own body. We've been misled so many down so many blind alleys over the decades, and I saw the terrible, tragic results of people who just didn't know better because the information wasn't disseminated out there through the media, through our educational system. It was as if all of these wonderful scientific discoveries about these health benefits and the many properties, biochemical properties that the plant kingdom has for us. Healthy animals eating those healthy plants produce healthy animals. Healthy people eating healthy plants produce healthy people. It's that simple on the surface. But in the inner universe, inside of our bodies, there is a tremendous amount, multiple trillions of biochemical processes and responses and chain reactions and things that go on in the body that allow us to perpetuate our aliveness and our optimal health vibrancy. So I just wanted to say a few words about if you want to raise your vibration, there are many wonderful modalities out there, especially, just mastering meditation and prayer and exercising and eating right and, just trying to maintain your health. That's wonderful. All of it is just wonderful. But I've gone a step further. I've taught people what exactly goes on in that inner universe in our bodies and the differences between a food that will, keep you relatively healthy or reasonably healthy versus the nutrient density and the high vibrational frequencies of healthier nutrient dense foods raised in nutrient dense and high vibrational, totally balanced ecologies type of environment, nutrient rich soils and that kind of thing, like out in the wild or in the beyond organic permaculture farming methodologies of producing foods. So, you have to kind of realize that there are various levels of health. You can go along your life and just be perfectly fine. Once in a while something flares up and, you go to the doctor and sometimes it gets better, sometimes it doesn't. And unfortunately, I received a lot of clients who had gone through the medical system and their symptoms their original symptoms had never been resolved. However, with going from doctor to doctor especially and being prescribed all these different medications with their terrible side effects, I would always look up side effects whenever my clients were taking different medications because a lot of the times their health issues were based on the side effects of the medications they were taking. So I just taught them how to be helpful and, put them on a super healthy diet with the best whole food supplements I could find for them and just put them on this whole protocol. And lo and behold, I would have to say 99.9% of the time, the human body responded in the most wonderful way and the clients got well. And, they just thought I was magic. But basically, when you're giving your body nutrient density and well-balanced and eating from multiple food groups, see, my nutritional system consists of 14 categories. But any other food guide system you see out there, even if it's the pyramid, system that the FDA or the National Institutes of Health, the government puts out, and there's other diets out there that are so incomplete. All of it is so incomplete. This is why I started my own system, and that's why when I break foods down into more categories so that people choose from all these different categories, they're going to be receiving much wider ranges of nutrients. Yes, vitamins and minerals are basically out there in the foods, depending on how the food was grown. Organic and permaculture and wild foods are much higher in vitamin minerals, and so especially the minerals, and more phytochemical compounds that have been thousands of them, literally 25,000 the last time I saw the research, have been discovered out in nature and in the plant kingdom in foods we eat. So in the book that I've compiled, Potent Superfoods for Lifelong True Health, it lists over 109 botanicals that I put in that book. And there's another volume coming out too, because I was just getting started with doing the research on these different botanicals. But anyhow, nourishing your body as much and as well as possible means learning all about the plant kingdom and what it has to offer. I don't advocate vegetarianism or, veganism. I don't advocate veganism. Vegetarianism, there might be a few nutrient deficiencies, but that can be remedied with supplements. However, over the years and all of the research I've ever done on, and all of the clients that I've had that were vegans, they eventually succumbed to resorting to eating animal-derived foods. There might be a few of you out there that are the exception, but that's what I found in the 40 years that I've been helping people improve their health. So that's a whole nother whole other video, and I will definitely be doing a video on that, because I know it's a very touchy subject for so many people. And yeah, there's a whole history on that, so I'm not even going to start on that tangent. But anyhow, I just wanted to say my clients' health transformations have been phenomenal. Not just amazing, not just really great, phenomenal. There's a transformation, not just in the body, but in the spirit of human beings when they nourish their bodies with energy active foods that are holding the light energy frequencies of the sun. So a healthy human body will resonate at 62 megahertz, whereas an unhealthy person will resonate at a lower frequency, like 59. And that makes a huge difference. So we have to absorb foods that are energy active, have retained the energy of the sun, that are raw foods, as many as possible. If you have digestive issues, then juicing would be the excellent choice for that, Okay, so taking in raw enzyme active, light energy frequency retaining foods. If you cook something, then it's going to diminish that light frequency severely, and so the food will not be as effective in raising your own vibrational energy and optimal health vibrancy. So I discovered that, and I didn't know what that phenomenon was. All I know was I was teaching my clients to choose the healthiest foods possible, and I saw the transformations, and I chose the most absorbable, complete range nutrient whole food supplements possible. And when they put those together, they got well, no matter what their ailments were. And yes, A through Z, go through the alphabet and select any number of ailments. And yeah, that's, my clients had those, and they got well. So I encourage everyone to go to my website, look at my YouTube channel, and go through those videos. Familiarize yourself with how your body works at the microcell level, and you'll have a much better willpower or desire to make the changes you need to not just extend your life and have a quality life well into into longevity, and advanced age, but also to raise your spirit, raise your vibrational frequency. The whole universe is vibrating at high frequencies, and there's mathematicians, physicists know that our existence is just one of many dimensions. So there's a lot in that as well. A lot of videos out there that are explaining the higher dimensions and that kind of thing. So merging the science with spirituality is what's really buzzing out there. So I encourage everyone to try to find some really great sources. I have my own favorites that I've been following and learning a lot from, but being not just a science person at heart, I dive into the research and pull out scientific facts and scientific proof for everyone. But that matches, it just marries all of what the indigenous healers and spiritualists have been saying all along. So it's a beautiful thing to know that it all comes together to form a higher, elevated human being. So anyhow, I hope you like what I said here. And if you're curious, please subscribe to my channel so you get more videos coming out. I do have a lot more coming, like I said in other videos, an online learning academy where people will learn all about everything there is to know about their health and become, just master their own health. Health mastery, true health mastery is the name of my school. And so I'm going to be developing courses as soon as I finish editing 2 of my books. And once those are out and about, there will be courses associated with every book that I've written. So go to my website, holisticchoices.com, and check it out and kind of explore the whole thing and see what you think. And I've got books there that I've written and more that are coming, like I just said. Okay, so it looks like I have to plug in my laptop. Excuse me. while I do that. I don't want to lose you all before I say bye. All right. Okay, about that. Saved. All right, so anyway, thanks for dropping in. Please like, share, and subscribe. Share this with at least one person that you know would benefit with knowing how to transform their health and to actually get some real results that are lasting and will prolong the quality of life and really raise a person's ability to have new perspectives. And that's another thing my clients always reported, it is that their life changes were so profound. Relationships either got better or they unfortunately divorced people who were toxic in their lives and they didn't realize it at the time. So when you raise your energy vibration, you raise your health, you have a much broader and deeper perspective of who you are and who other people are. Love is the strongest force in the universe, and there's love in the plants on the earth. The earth is very loving, and the Creator is very loving, and so we get in touch with all of that a lot more closely when we are optimally and vibrantly healthful. And so I hope I can help many more people this way. I did one-on-one consultations for 40 years, but now in reaching out to the masses, I hope to deliver this message because humanity needs it so badly right now. And so I just wanted to spread the love and spread the true health mastery. This is something that everyone should know. Everyone should be taught, from the youngest to the eldest, and it should be woven into every fiber of our civilization. And hopefully we are making changes in the world so that everyone can be optimally helpful and knowledgeable. So that's my mission, and that's my wish for humanity. So I will see you later. Thank you for staying here with me to the end, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you.